Hi there. This is a video for all you open source maintainers out there who manage versioned software and don't want to deal with the tedium of managing version numbers and cutting releases manually. So for a number of years, I have worked on a lot of different open source projects. One of the most significant ones being the Electron open source project at GitHub. And when you maintain these things, you get a lot of pull requests from people with changes to the software. And so I have finally landed recently on a workflow that I really like for versioning and releasing software with as much automation as possible. So I have this new project, which my colleague here is featuring on X, which is called npm create replicate. So it's a Node command line interface that lets you scaffold a new replicate project really easily. So it's an open source project, it's on GitHub, and people open pull requests. So the process of creating a release is fully automated, and I want to show you how that works. So whenever someone opens a pull request, you'll notice that all of these PRs have a prefix on them, like feat or chore or fix. So this is the important bit of semantic information that indicates what kind of change this is. And if you're familiar with the semantic versioning philosophy, each of these prefixes corresponds to a version number in semantic versioning. So fix, for example, corresponds to patch level changes in semantic versioning. Feature corresponds to minor changes, and breaking changes are denoted with an exclamation point, which means a major breaking change. And I'll get into that in a little bit. But the idea is, instead of humans having to sort of keep track of all the changes that land in the project and figure out what an appropriate version number would be, that work is done for us automatically just by having these prefixes on our PRs. So now we have this workflow where someone can open a PR, they give it the appropriate prefix, and then we have this actions workflow that validates that the PR title has the appropriate prefix. And then once that PR is merged, it's added to a release branch using this really awesome piece of software called Release Please. So what happens here is, in this particular PR, there's only one PR in this list, but if there were other pull requests on the project that we continue to merge over time without cutting a release, they would accumulate here as features and fixes in this release branch. So this all happens automatically. So all I have to do is merge PRs and they show up in here. And this not only accumulates the PRs, but it also figures out the right version number for the software based on the prefixes. And it also maintains a change log that is updated automatically. So it bumps the version and it writes the change log. So as a maintainer, all I have to do is merge pull requests. And when I'm ready to cut a release, I merge the release branch. And again, I get these sort of, this says it was from me, but that's just because I've set up the GitHub token here. But it automatically creates a release for me on GitHub as well as on NPM. So this is all powered by Actions workflows. So I have two Actions workflows in this repository. One is the thing that lints your pull request. So when you open a PR, it checks to make sure that the title is correct. And then the other one is the release process. And this is all that it takes to make this happen now, which is just mind-boggling to me, because this used to be so much harder. But the combination of GitHub Actions and the development of this Release Please project have really catapulted us forward. So basically what this does is it keeps track of what's going on with your release branch, and when you ship the release branch, it takes care of setting up Node for you and doing an npm install. So I love this because now I never have to think about the version number again. Whenever somebody submits a pull request, I can merge two PRs and a version is created automatically. So I wrote up this document that kind of covers the process and why I think it's a useful workflow, and gets into a little bit of the ideology behind semantic versioning, conventional commit specification, and has a run through of the steps you need to take to actually set up a project like this yourself. Thanks for watching. Hope it's useful. Good luck with your future software maintaining, and have a good day. Bye-bye.